So are you also running a construction business and do you also engage your leads manually? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to add IndiaMART leads and inquiries to Google Sheets for construction business. So over here I'm running a construction business and we use IndiaMART to get more leads and inquiries for our business. So now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new lead through IndiaMART, automatically that same lead details should be added to my Google Sheets so that my sales team can follow up quickly and efficiently. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between IndiaMART and Google Sheets. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. So in this tutorial I'll show you how to automatically add IndiaMART leads or inquiries to Google Sheets for your construction business. So keeping your leads organized is crucial to ensure timely follow-ups and effective project planning. With this setup, every new lead from IndiaMART will seamlessly be added to your Google Sheets, saving you time and helping you to stay on the top of your business operations. So let's get started with a really simple example. So let's say that my name is Jess Lead and I'm going to submit my dummy inquiry right over here. So as you can see that I've entered the requirement details and now I'm just going to submit this. And as soon as we're going to submit this, now I'm just going to open my Google Sheets, and as you can see the details have been added right over here. You can see that my name is Jess Lead, which has been added. You can see that my phone number, the address has also been added. Not only this, the query which we entered has been added right over here in my Google Sheets automatically without any manual efforts, right? So yes, this is the automation we are going to learn in today's video. And if you also want to build this automation for your business, then you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So I've done this with the help of Pabbly Connect, and in order to do this, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of hours free every month to explore the application. But over here I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on sign in, and as soon as we are going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly, but in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. Okay, so I'm just going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account, and as soon as we are going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder. It says automations, and as you can see that I have multiple folders on my dashboard. So if you also want to create a new folder or a subfolder, you can click on this hyperlink right over here which says learn more and learn how to create one. And now it is asking me for the workflow name. So I want the workflow name to be how to add IndiaMART leads and inquiries to Google Sheets for your construction business. And then we're going to click on create, and as soon as we're going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So basically trigger and action are the two main principles on which our workflow will work. Okay, so trigger gives the commands to our workflow and the actions are response towards the same commands given by our trigger. So therefore we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. Okay, so with here what I want is I want to add IndiaMART leads and inquiries to my Google Sheets. So here IndiaMART will be the commander of the workflow and Google Sheets will follow the commands to add the details. So in order to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, as I've already mentioned, I'm just going to select it as IndiaMART. So I'm just going to search for IndiaMART right over here, and as you can see the same, so we're going to select it. And as soon as we're going to select the trigger application, it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So here what I want is that as soon as a new lead is captured, my workflow should start, right? So as soon as we're going to select the trigger event, it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use the same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our IndiaMART account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to copy this webbook URL, and then we're going to follow this help text, and it is saying log into your IndiaMART account, navigate to the lead manager section in the left tab, go to import export leads from the three dots, and then click on I am leads push API. Okay, we are going to follow the same. I'm just going to open my IndiaMART account right from here, and as soon as we're going to open our IndiaMART account, from the left side of the bar we have to go towards the lead manager, and after coming towards the lead manager we have to go towards the three dots and then import export leads and then push API. And as soon as we're going to come over here to the push API, it is asking me to select the source and the CRM platform name. So as you can see over here in the help text, it stated that choose other in the select source option and enter Pabbly Connect in the CRM platform name. Okay, we are going to follow the same. So for the source, I'm just going to select it as other right over here, and as soon as we're going to select the source, it is asking me for the CRM platform name. So we have to enter Pabbly Connect right over here, and after doing this, it is asking me for the webbook listener URL. So we are just going to paste the webbook URL which we copied from our workflow right over here in the webbook listener URL, and then we're going to click on save details. And as soon as we're going to click on save details, it is asking me for the reason. Why do I wish to shift my IndiaMART leads to any another application? So over here I'm going to select my reason as this, which is I feel that I can permanently save the leads from IndiaMART and view later. Okay, you can select any another reason of your choice, and after selecting the reason we have to click on this button which says click to generate OTP, and now it is saying that it has successfully sent me a OTP. So I'm just going to enter my OTP right over here and click on submit, and as soon as we are going to click on submit, yes, you can see integration live. With this we have successfully created a connection between our IndiaMART account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. But as you may notice that it is saying waiting for a webbook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webbook response and test our connection, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is I'm just going to open my CRM push API, and right over here you can see the button of test your webbook listener URL. So we are just going to click on this button, and as you can see once again the button of test. So we have to click on this test, and as soon as we are going to click on this test, it has given me a curl request header, and as soon as we are going to receive this curl request header, with this we have successfully completed our test submission. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to open my workflow, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the test submission. You can see all the details received. You can see the sender's name over here, you can see the sender's mobile number, you can see the sender's phone number over here, you can see the sender's state. Okay, you can see the subject, you can see the unique query ID and the status. But as you may notice that this subject doesn't matches to our product or service we are providing right over here, right? So what happens is that I'm using a test IndiaMART account right over here, so I'm going to receive the test details or the default details every time. Okay, but if you're using a live IndiaMART account, you're going to receive the subject right over here which aligns with your service or product. Okay, so as soon as we're going to receive this response, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new lead is received through my IndiaMART, automatically Pabbly is going to trigger this workflow and capture the response of the same lead. Okay, we are going to move on forward. Now what I want is I want to add IndiaMART leads and inquiries to Google Sheets, right? So for my action application, I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets right over here, and as you can see Google Sheets, so we are going to select it. And after selecting the action application for the action event, we are going to select it as add new row, and then we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we are going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Sheets account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and then we have to click on this button which says sign in with Google. And as soon as we are going to click on this button which says sign in with Google, it is going to ask me to select my Gmail account. And after selecting my Gmail account, Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow, Pabbly is safe. And as soon as we're going to click on allow, yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the spreadsheet. So I'm just going to select my spreadsheet for which I want to create this automation for, which is new leads and inquiries, right? So I'm just going to look for the same and select it. And as soon as we're going to select the spreadsheet right over here, it has automatically selected my sheet because I have only a single sheet right over here in my spreadsheet. We are going to move on forward. Now it is asking me for the name, the phone, the address and the query message. So you may notice that these are the same details which we have entered in the columns of our spreadsheet, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to enter all of these details one by one so that we can fill in these details and enter it right over here. But we are not going to enter the details manually, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected IndiaMART as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So over here I'm going to give you an example that it is asking me for the name, right? So let's say that I'm going to enter the name right over here, which is Prabhat, by entering it manually like this. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is static information and I have entered it manually. But let's say that we're going to erase this manually entered name and we're going to map this name from the previous response. Okay, so I'm just going to look for a name in the previous response, and as you can see, Prabhat. So let's say we're going to map this Prabhat right from here, and then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change, right? So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. So as we map the name, we are going to map the rest of the details too. So we are just going to look for phone number right over here, and as you can see the sender's phone number, so we're going to map it. We're going to move on forward. It is asking me for the address, so we are just going to look for address right over here, and as you can see the sender's address, we are going to map it. We're going to move on forward. We're going to map the query message, so I'm just going to search for query message right over here, and as you can see these themes, we're going to map it. And after mapping all of these details, we are going to click on this blue button which says save and send test request. And as soon as we're going to click on this button, yes, you can see that we have successfully received a positive response, that we have successfully added these details into our Google Sheets. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to open my Google Sheets and check for the details added. Okay, so I'm just going to open my Google Sheets, and yes, you can see the details have been added. You can see the name, the phone, the address and the query message added right over here automatically without any manual efforts, right? So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new lead is received through my IndiaMART account, automatically the details would be added into my Google Sheets without any manual efforts. We don't have to come back in again to our workflow and click on save and send test requests. This is going to run in backend. Okay, so yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. So for a trigger application, we selected IndiaMART. For the trigger event, we selected new leads. For the action application, we selected Google Sheets, and then for the action event, we selected add new row. And yes, with this we have successfully completed our video. And if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.